This is something real serious. With the Me Too movement, you've got to be careful. We're hearing the stories of people being accused of certain things, and basically no evidence to the situation, things that were from years ago, and they start dogpiling, other accusations on accusations on accusations, and we see this out of Twitter, we see it out of Reddit, and it's like Chappelle says, Twitter's not a place. But in this case, if you've been under a rock, Ron Jeremy has been accused of rape multiple times with underage to adult, and we're talking, if found guilty, he could spend the rest of his life in jail. We're talking about a 330-year sentence if found guilty. But one thing that has come forward, which you could take it either way, and this is just this week on Deadline. Ron Jeremy rape case put on hold as judge orders a psychiatric evaluation for incoherent ex-porn star. I don't think he's an ex-porn star. I think he's still doing stuff now. Well, until he was arrested, he's in jail on there. But I've heard him work on things like shorts and stuff. So I wouldn't say he's an ex. I would say he's a part-time these days. Just 6 weeks before Ron Jeremy trial on multiple rape charges is scheduled to start, a judge this morning hit the pause button so that the ex-porn star could receive psychiatric evaluations. The results of dual evaluations ordered by the LA Supreme Court Judge George Lomel will be examined in a mental health hearing. Wow. On April 1st, on April Fool's Day, and then followed up by another hearing on April 19th. After listening to lawyers and the court officials calling the accusation incoherent at today's early morning session, the judge said that he hoped evaluation done by a psychiatrist on each side regarding the issues that's being brought up would bring clarity to Jeremy's true mental condition and the trajectory of the case. In the latest indictment of last summer, Jeremy is facing up to 33 rape and sexual assaults counts from the LA County DA George Gascon's office, similar to the previous set charges of October 20 of 2020. The 2021 indictment involves 21 individuals. Those claims go back when Bill Clinton was president and up to 2013. According to the prosecutors, the age of the alleged victims ranged from 15 to 51, the indictment says. Being held in downtown Twin Towers Correctional Facility since his June 2020 arrest, Jeremy faced literally hundreds of years behind bars if found guilty. Originally set to address a defense motion to split the case against Jeremy up into 21 separate trials, today hearing in DTLA took a very different turn when the attorney, Stuart Goldfarb, described a recent conversation with his 69-year-old client. He was unable to determine who I was and wouldn't accommodate both myself and the bailiff to fit into a wheelchair to come down here, the defense lawyer said. Jeremy has pleaded not guilty to all charges. That hasn't changed today. Yeah, when you're looking at his age, he's 70 years old. He's practically 70 years old. Why has this come forward now after so many years? You have to think to the perspective. What are they trying to get out of him? Monies to the situation? The guy is looking, at the end of his life. Who knows, what illnesses he has right now currently on there. And here's the other half. How many of those accusations are true and how many are fictional? So that's the things you got to ask yourself on there. Yes, we need to hear from those who have been wrong. But if you're talking cases that goes back to the Bill Clinton era, I mean, I don't know the laws in California, but if some of them went back that far, shouldn't this be out of, circulation at this point? We've heard stories like this before, from other situations, from other people, from other men actors that have been accused by either their wives or other people on there, and right now you're hearing and I can't even say it on freaking YouTube, the Amber Heard situation, with Jack Sparrow, and what they're going through, and that's going to be a situation in itself, and then the Marilyn Manson one, as well, and then of course we have the Vic Mignogna one that's going on that we're waiting for an appeal. Now I met Ron, God, mid to late 80s on there briefly, and he seemed to be a nice guy. From what people have told around me, he's always been a nice guy. There've been plenty of videos. Yeah, people have dark side of their situation. Yeah, he could be a son of a bitch for all you know, that he could have been guilty of all this situation, but also he could be innocent to the situation. We have to let the case go forward and see what happens on there, because 330 years at age 70 is just literally a death sentence, for him, to this nature. And they're holding him on jail without bail. That's the thing. I've heard other guys that get accused of this and they're let go. Why is this being pressed upon in the LA courts the way that they're doing it? Maybe one of the law shows can go over this. Because that I have a lot of questions on, to that nature. So we'll monitor this situation, because I know some people have said, what's going on with Ron, and is there situations going on. But this is just recent. This is just in the last couple of days that this came out. This came out on St. Patrick's Day. So big warning that this is when it happened. But this is the things that happen. And the thing about it is, he's in the adult industry. This is a porn star. How many of these people were porn stars or wanted to be porn stars and didn't become porn stars, and they're just getting revenge? That's the other thought in mind. But like I said, we'll see what happens. We'll keep appraise of the whole situation.